So I first got excited about Delves because it's going to be a great way for small groups of players to be able to get together and do things outside of dungeons and raids. And when the announcement first happened at BlizzCon, I sent my brother a text message in WhatsApp and was like, "Dude, your son, we're gonna start playing with your son because his son's gonna be 9 years old when the War Within comes." We've been playing Minecraft together for the past few years and having fun, but he's ready for something grander and bigger. And we've been teasing World of Warcraft to him a little bit, and he's starting to get excited because he's like, "There's how many classes? There's how many races?" And he's into that. So it's gonna be really fun to be able to jump in and do this. So I love the accessibility that the delves represent. The follower dungeons being a good step in that direction of getting the tech in place. It's already been a great run with the follower dungeons. I've had a great time using those. Most of the people in our guild have used them to some small degree, or they're supplementing our regular dungeon runs and everything else we do. So it's already proving that that's a very popular system. But the rewards alone are not going to be enough for some people, and there's a whole bunch of rewards that we could talk about, but this in particular is what really has me excited. Above and beyond just the scalability and the ability to go in and do dailies and grind out for gear sets for my character, it's this right here. It's the ability to come in and earn a customizable mount that I'm going to be able to make unique to my Earthen Death Knight, because I'm definitely rolling an Earthen. I originally thought I was going to do Warrior, and then I was like, you know what, I'm going to go Death Knight because I want the cool visuals to go along with that. It's going to be fun. I could change my mind again. You never know, but that's the key so far. um, but I just love like what they've already done with this same technology in terms of the dragon mounts that you have in Dragonflight. They're all customizable, so you can go out there in the world and you can find things through quests. You can earn cosmetics through dungeon drops and loot, and from vendors that are tied to rep. There's a lot of way that you can get customizable options for your different dragons, and there's lots of different dragon types. So this is that same technology at play here. They're just taking a mount and giving it lots of modifiable pieces that you can plug and play, which is cool. I love the idea because it gives us lots of different ways to personalize our experience in World of Warcraft, which gives the player more agency, which in turn makes the player want to play more, which is never a bad thing. So I'm really looking forward to where this is going, and this, as much as I'm excited for everything that's behind the systems, I'm going to be farming the hell out of this and looking forward to getting all the bits and pieces. And I'm sure there's an achievement tied to it, and I can't wait to earn that. So if you haven't heard about Delves before, we'll do a quick rundown here real quick. Basically, they're a new form of world content coming in 11.0, which is the War Within, and they're being considered role agnostic, little bite-sized adventures of like 10 to 15 minutes is what we've been told so far. Scaling from 1 to 5 players with narrative tie-ins. You're going to have an NPC companion who comes along with you for narration and to help out. And they are considered a permanent addition to World of Warcraft going forward as a new sort of end game for the world pillar. My curiosity here, though, which is something we still don't know, is with follower dungeons, you don't just get one, you get up to 4 other companions that go with you. The delves sound to me, if it's just going to be one companion and it's scaling based upon the amount of people you bring with you, it reminds me a little bit of how Star Wars: Republic does it with the robot that can accompany you on the dungeons. If you choose to do the story mode versus veteran or master mode, you have a single robot that comes with you, and it doesn't matter if you have one person or 3 people or whatever. If you've chosen story mode, only one person gets to pull that companion out to go along with you in the dungeon. So we'll take a look at that as we get closer into the game, being ready to preview that to the public. Beyond that, the one thing I think a lot of people have questions on is they've called it an alternative form of progression outside of raiding, Mythic Plus, or PvP, which kind of makes me go, well, I wonder if it's going to be kind of like you can do right now with like the Emerald Dream and everything. Like you can get to 450 eye level on your own just doing single player stuff if you want to do that grind. 450 is never going to be as good as Mythic Plus. It will be as good as some of like the normal raid gear, but if you want to get heroic and mythical raid gear, you need to be raiding heroic and mythical and running mythic plus dungeons. So I think it sounds like it's going to be a pretty fair introduction into the existing system. And they are also mentioned as being parallel content to raiding and mythical, meaning that you can go out and get gear without needing to be competitive about it. Which again, accessibility is the key here. I love that. I love the accessibility. More people playing is never a bad thing for any MMORPG. The narrative tie-in, I'm really interested to see how it's going to work. They've talked about how Brand Bronzebeard is going to be joining you for season 1, and then after that, are we getting different characters for season 2 and 3 and beyond? I think that's been the understanding for a lot of people. The companions do level up as you go through the delves, and they can be tailored to fill certain roles for your group. You know, if you're like me, like I have a hunter on my main, so I'm curious here because they say that they could be tailored to fill roles like tanks, healers, or damage. I think the question on my end is, how is that going to work when you have multiple people in a group? Does everyone get their own version of Bronze, or is it just the Star Wars: The Republic version where you're only getting one companion for the whole group? That's something I don't know yet. Um, because if everybody could tailor theirs to their own unique needs, it would be more like the EverQuest 2 mercenary system at that point, where I've got a paladin merc, you've got a mage merc, your friend has a cleric merc. You know what I mean? Like maybe that's the system they're going for. Until we see this in real time, I think we just, we can understand what they're shooting for, but we won't know the specifics until at a later point in time. But it's an interesting idea. One of the things I've heard is that delves can change over time. Talk about how like 1 week players might need to do something to push back darkness that's shrouding the dungeon, and it says on another time. Quick commercial break, everyone, to celebrate and give thanks to all of these amazing people who keep me on the air full time. Really appreciate the support. All you got to do is join as a member. You get access to private videos. You can also do super thanks on any upload or super chats and stickers on any live stream or premiere you see. And beyond that, don't forget we're multi-streaming over on Twitch now, so you can support over there as well. Thanks so much to everybody. Let's get back to the video at hand. You might find the earthen locked in combat with kobolds, and the players can tip the battle one way or the other, which is interesting to me. And there's also the mention of puzzles and platforming, and basically providing players with an alternative form of gameplay that's not within the same structure as dragon raids and dungeons. So far, I believe there have been mention of 4 new zones, each of which contain delves. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 delves for the launch. And as far as the Great Vault, this is what I understand it to be, how it's going to work, is that the PvP row in the Great Vault is going to be replaced with a world option, and that if you complete, 1, 4, or 9 delves or world activities, that's going to unlock the world slots in the Great Vault. And those are going to scale in difficulty just like the other rows, allowing you to get up to heroic raid gear or mythic dungeon gear. There's going to be a treasure chest at the end of every delve with loot and cosmetics and resplendent keys. The resplendent keys are going to be used to open resplendent chests, which are at the end of every delve. And it says here that those chests are going to give you, depending on what you're playing, comparable gear against dungeon and raid loot. But again, not like thinking normal mode here, not heroic and mythical. And then you'll get keys from delves, outdoor gameplay, and weekly quests. So there's a lot of stuff that's coming in this system. In terms of just cosmetics for your character and the customization of everything, but this is the big selling point for me. It's like the icing on the cake. Like I love the idea of more accessible content that allows me to play with my brother, my nephew, if my wife decides she ever wants to try it out again, a non-competitive space and place to play and to get cool rewards, but then also to get me a really cool customizable mount, which I will fly everywhere. Anyway, love to hear your thoughts on the upcoming Delve system. Drop those down below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the bell icon so you never miss an update. Daily streams here and on Twitch. I play a lot of games. Check out the playlist. Get a copy of my latest fantasy novel. Links are down below. I'll see you in the next one. If you want to come join us in game or on the Moon Guard server, just ping us in Discord.